So what's going on, guys? The truck guy here. Today we're unboxing and reviewing the Stanley 7-inch handle Swivel-Lock Retractable utility knife. Guys, this is model number 10-989, and that is a long way of saying we've got another retractable utility knife here from Stanley. It's a fixed body retractable utility knife. So definitely got a fun one here with the 989. Guys, I picked this up from Home Depot for $8.99, so it's not going to set you back too far. I've really heard a lot of good comments about this Stanley knife. I've heard it's a contractor grade. I heard a lot of guys love it. But this ships free from Home Depot too, so another added benefit. You can pick it up online. Download the Home Depot app and grab this one. So guys, let's jump into the video and let's do it. Alright guys, so the 989 Stanley 7-inch handle swivel lock retractable utility knife. Guys, that's a mouthful, but we've got a great knife here from Stanley. Well, we're going to see if it's great. We haven't checked it out yet. We haven't unboxed it. We don't know anything about the knife other than the way it looks. So let's go ahead and get it out of the packaging and see what we think. So guys, taking a quick look at the packaging, some of the features, you know, it's got the retractable knife with your slider here. It's got the interlock, which secures the blade. And as you guys can see, it is the swivel lock to actually open and close the body of the knife and to access the blade. On the back here, it's got some directions in terms of how to access that blade. It's kind of a little bit of a crazy feature with the swivel lock, but we will go ahead and check it out and see what we think. So let's try to get it out of the packaging, guys. So first things first, to actually swivel this knife open, down here you've got a black button at the bottom, and that says push to open, so you push that down. And right out of the gates, guys, I'll mention this button at the back here where you push your finger into, it's a little on the small side. It actually hurts a little bit to push all the way down. You know, if you've got a little bit smaller fingers, it's probably not going to be an issue. You could also use some kind of instrument to push it in there, but it's not the worst thing, guys. But I'll just, mention right out of the gates that it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. So you push that down to open, and then you swivel the knife open, and it looks like our packaging just popped right out there. So we'll set the packaging aside, and we'll take a look at what we've got going on here in the 989. It actually has directions here on the knife, which is kind of cool. It shows you the different, steps you have to go through to open the swivel lock. So kind of cool, but again, it doesn't look the best on the knife. I would just prefer it, to have a plain body without directions on it. I like the Stanley, I like the model number here, but the directions, it's a little corny, guys. But Stanley did hook us up with 3 blades, so Stanley they're not being cheap with us, and we like that from Stanley. So we've got our 3 blades. It looks like you could probably fit, maybe 5 in there, but not too many more. I would probably stick with 3 just to not overload it, because if you've got anything in this swivel, you're going to run into issues. Whether it's closing, opening, you don't want to overload a swivel lock like this. So you grab out your blade, and we'll go ahead and set this blade up in the blade tray up top. And kind of one of the cool things about this blade tray, if you can see it, guys, is it's got a little tab here on the back, and that's actually where you can set your blade into, and it kind of aligns it better. If you don't have a little tab like that, it can be kind of hard to align that blade sometimes in the tray. So I really like what Stanley's done with the blade tray up top. And looks like there's a small magnet on the back. Let's check that out, guys. So a pretty solid magnet from Stanley. I'm not getting a lot of magnetic action when the tray is in there, which is a little surprising. I would expect, you know, a little bit more, guys, but it's just going to give you enough of a magnet to kind of keep that blade from, you know, falling around, from, you know, shifting too much on you. So it's just going to keep that in place if you've got a little bit of movement when you're changing your blade. But we've got our blade in, so now let's swivel the knife closed. And that's a pretty easy interlock. You can see it interlocks kind of on the top and bottom of the front of the knife. So now we've got our interlock connection secured, and then you can go ahead and push this button back up. So now we've got our 989 secured, we've got our blade in place, and now we're ready to go, guys. So as far as what I'm feeling in the hand, I really like the feel of this knife. It's definitely, you know, a slim knife, which I like, you know, because that's going to go really easy in the pocket. It's got some contours, and it's a, you know, a smooth finish. I love the way that feels in the hand, and I'm not a big fan of slim knives, but this one feels really good. You know, it's got some depth to it, which I like. So it really feels substantial in the hand, and that 7 inches, guys, that really feels good, because when it comes down to it, guys, you want enough length to grab onto, and this really, you know, does a good job of that. I like what Stanley's doing here with a larger knife, added some depth, but didn't add too much width, because that's going to go really easy in the pocket, and I could see a lot of contractors carrying this around, you know, all day. It goes easy in the pocket, but it's a big knife. It's a fixed body knife. It's also retractable. So you're getting a lot of the elements there for a good, solid contractor's knife. And now I can definitely see, guys, why contractors like this knife. One of the other really nice things about this knife is the metal body. I really, you know, feel like that's going to hold up well over time. The aluminum body is really feeling good on this knife. I like the finish. You know, it feels like it's going to be able to take some drops. You know, if you step on this knife, if you know, get it caught somewhere, I think it's going to hold up pretty well. And being only $8.99, you also, you know, if you have to replace this knife, it's not going to set you back too far, guys. One of the other big considerations, guys, is the slider. What do we have going on here with the slider? And I'm really liking out of the gates that I'm seeing a metal slider. Those always hold up well over time. And wow, guys, that slider is flying up and down. I'm loving what I'm seeing here from Stanley on this slider. I don't know if I've seen a better slider. So, I mean, that just rockets up to full extension. How fun is that, guys? I mean, you don't get that too often with a metal on metal knife, contractor grade. I mean, that's unbelievable, guys. So that slider may be one of the most fun sliders I've ever encountered. A few other things, guys. We do have a kind of a makeshift lanyard loop in the middle. You know, am I going to throw a lanyard in there? 100% no. But if you want to, it's there for you. You know, you're not going to get, you know, I don't think it's going to get stuck in the quick change mechanism. It could, you know, personally, I don't even want to try it because I just don't think it would make much sense. But you could try it with the lanyard loop in the center. And let's revisit the quick change, guys, because that's, you know, kind of the biggest, you know, kind of unique mechanism of this knife is you've got that swivel lock. Let's try it again, see how quickly we can get things open and changed. So push our button in, and hey guys, I didn't follow the directions, so maybe it's good that they're on the knife. So number one, we've got to slide our slider all the way up to the top, then push the button, then swivel the lock open. So, you know, I think there's pretty easy access, and I think you're going to get a pretty good and quick change out of this. You know, that's pretty solid to go kind of in and out of. I'm not a huge fan of this having to be extended to swivel the knife open. I get it because the components would be too far back to kind of swivel everything out. I'm also not the biggest fan of the way the body of the knife kind of comes over and covers up a little bit of that blade storage. It's kind of hard to get blades out because they're, you know, resting under part of that housing. So not the biggest fan of that, but again, you know, you can kind of get around it by maneuvering the blades out. But yeah, you want to be careful because those really don't come out too easily. But in terms of the actual mechanism, I think that really is a good job by Stanley. You know, I'd love it if you didn't have to extend the knife, or the blade for that matter. But, you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world. As you know, we're just unboxing this, so, you know, it's you know, one of the first times I'm using the knife. So that'll just become muscle memory and habit over time if you use this knife. But I think Stanley did a pretty good job on this quick change, and I think, you know, overall it's going to hold up well. So $8.99, guys. I would absolutely pick up this knife from Home Depot, get it online, free shipping. You know, there's really no downsides to picking up this knife, and this may be one of my go-to knives. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. I think Stanley hit an absolute home run with this knife. It's metal body, metal slider. I think a quick change is going to hold up really well over time. Frankly, it's not a quick change, guys. It's a swivel lock, but, you know, the change mechanism is all around good, and it feels substantial in the hand, which is super important. So, guys, that's it. Please like, please subscribe, and as always, we'll talk to you on the next video.